While people are getting settled in, I would want to welcome you. I'm Linda Rosenthal in Indiana, and this is the Connection Field, where Good of the Whole is holding space for all people to feel safe and to know that they are valued and connected and whole. And in this, we bring the whole world together. And the beauty of the Connection Field is like the mothership, where all groups can come in and get nourished with this love and then go back out to their communities. And so the Indigenous grandmothers of Europe are part of this, showing that our field has expanded across the pond, as we say. And so I am here just to hold the space for all of us. Well, more than just doing that. My heart is here with the grandmothers, and I turned this over with the talking rattle to our beautiful sister, grandmother, Miriam.
Thank you. Thank you, sister, grandmother Linda, for holding space for us and keeping the connection field open to everyone who want to connect and want to share of hearts. Today we're sharing hearts with the grandmothers of Europe, and I see beautiful people arrived already. Our grandmother Joke Steenvoorden is arrived. I see Constantia is connecting, and Sister Karing is in the room already. I see also every week here as well, Kate Roberts, welcome as well. I would like to start the sharing round. Maybe Grandmother Yoka, is there anything you would like to share?
Yes, thank you. Thank you all being together here in this circle. It's nice to meet you all again. For us it is evening. I live in the Netherlands, in The Hague, near the North Sea. My name is Joke Steenvoorden, and I am co-founder of the Grandmothers of the Lowlands. And well, in this period of Corona at this time, we in the Netherlands are able to organize our groups again. After a time it was not possible. Now, well, it is possible when we accept the rules. And our sisters from the Grandmother Circle are very longing to see each other after so long time, and want to share how it is with everybody, and to share our love and to see each other again. And well, when we come together, we have a central theme, and sharing our longing, we find for this time it's the theme interconnectedness. For there is so much going on in the world what asks our attention. We have Corona, we have racism, we have climate change, we have separateness, all kinds of things asking our attention and asking an answer from us in our thoughts, in our actions, in our deeds. So that's why we choose this theme for the next gathering. And well, with that in mind, and with this evening circle in mind, I went this morning for a walk in nature. And well, I saw swans with their young. I heard a lot of birds singing after the rain. And I was able to eat a raspberry, and my heart was so grateful and in connection with Mother Earth, with all she gives us over and over again, over and over again. And well, walking there, I was also in connection with the grandmothers of the Council of 13 Indigenous Grandmothers. They were on Zoom last weekend, and it was a long time ago I saw them, and these grandmothers inspired us to form our circle. So it was, well, my heart was very warm and grateful to see and hear them again in all their beauty and all their wisdom, and also with their concern about what's going on in the world at this moment. And well, when we asked them, what do you think we have to do, was their firm answer from all the grandmothers on their own way: you have to pray. Pray all over, pray the whole day, make connection with the Divine Father, the Divine Mother and Mother Earth, and pray from that connection. You can do that in all the things you do during the day. And well, that was a heartfelt warming for me to hear it again from them and to know how they do that in their daily life, and how powerful it is to pray in order to put your contribution to change the world we all want to be. We all want to have the new world of love. And the grandmothers also remembered us. They say very firm, remember, we all come from one source. We all are one. Don't forget that in all your prayers and in all your visions for the new world. And well, this is what I want to share for this moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Joke, for sharing. I haven't properly introduced myself, I realized. My name is Mirjam Nicolette Boering. I'm the co-founder, I'm in the board with Forwards Europe. I'm the grandmother circle of the Lower Lands. I live in the Netherlands, in a small village called Wageningen, near to the Rhine. It's one of the most important rivers of Europe. And I'm really honored to be here. And thank you very much, Joke, for your beautiful words. I see there are lots of people got in. Connie Baxter, welcome. Rashid Stone, welcome. It's so beautiful to have men here in the circle as well. I see Elizabeth. Welcome, Elizabeth. And Constantia, welcome. You've been seen you connecting. You're connected. Thank you for joining. I see Willem and Ida. Welcome. And I see someone. I only see the Galaxy Note 9 name on the screen. Welcome. And another Galaxy J3 achieved. Welcome as well. Lies, dear grandmother, welcome. And Katerina, you're in here as well. Welcome, everyone. Constantia, do you have the fire here as well?
Good morning, beloved family and relatives. Can you hear me? I'm sitting in the desert here with quite some wind. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. I'm very blessed to be with my family here on this beautiful tribal land of our nation, the Choctaw Muskogee Yamasee Nation, which I'll have Chief Rashid speak about in a little moment. I'm very, very grateful and thankful to be here, and that his beautiful daughter Brittany last minute just came on the call So grateful to see you here. She's going to share. She's an incredible poet, and she has agreed to share one of her beautiful poems. She's the next generation, the young ones that I've been so excited and so grateful for. And I'm so happy. Thank you, Brittany, for being on this call. And thank you, Brother and Chief Rashid, for being on this call. We don't have a fire because it's really way too windy out here in the desert. Um, I'm so my heart feels full simply knowing that we're all in this together, that we're all in this circle. We had a beautiful, my brother, beautiful vegan sushi meal in honor of my auntie's crossing, and we did a beautiful sacred fire for the fourth night to honor my auntie and to usher her and continue to guide her back home to Creator, and her brothers and her sisters and her ancestors. And now simply knowing that she's one of my ancestors also gives me great joy, actually. It gives me great hope that we are doing all this together with our life force, our life energy, which is love. You know, I'm grateful to be here, and that's all I want to share for now, because I'm going to leave space for others to share. Thank you, beautiful Grandmother Miriam. Actually, I also haven't properly introduced myself yet. My name is Constantia Tilbeke. I'm of origin of the lower lands, born and raised in a small little town in Holland called Lemelerveld. I'm one of the rising grandmothers of the Indigenous grandmothers, European grandmothers circle. From Europe, I'm part of the Council of Four Worlds Europe, and excited to be together on this journey. Hey, I would like to say, and Itimukla, which in our nation, Itimukla, our chief, might explain that in a little bit. Itimukla means peace. Itimukla, peace, peace, peace to everyone. Hey.
Thank you, Auntie Sister Constantia, for sharing your heart. We're recording this Zoom gathering, so we will be able to spread this as well on Facebook. And I see there, your sister grandmother Katerina, her son is having his birthday today. And would you like to share about today and about...
Yes, for sure. I'm just coming upstairs. We were on the street the whole day. My name is Carla Catharina Giskus Ammerlaan. I come from the last part of the delta of the Rhine. I was born on a farm. I'm the daughter of Niek Ammerlaan and To van der Burg. I come from 400 years family being on that farm, and we were the last because there is a highway on our land now. So as a young child, I knew already my life would continue at another place. I am in the board of Four Worlds Europe, and I am a member of the Council of Indigenous Frisi. And I want to share today a little bit about my day and what happened. Today my youngest son got 20 years old, and he is one of the reasons I'm still living in the middle of Amsterdam. There are more reasons, but he is one of it. We always wanted to create neighborhoods with permaculture, with healthy building, with good schooling. And we've been working on that, especially with the group of women when our children were young. And we were working on that on a neighborhood somewhere in the middle of the Netherlands. And when my youngest son was born, he was very sick and he was deaf, and we decided to stay in Amsterdam because the school is very close. And then why we decided to stay here, I thought my children have to grow up with the knowledge that if you do something, something will change. So we started in front of our own door growing vegetables. We had a place where we shared the place, and all the dreams of the neighborhood, we looked how to make little things, little steps come true. And we've done this for 20 years now. No, for 10 years, I'm sorry. For 10 years now, in a kind of official way. And what happens? Today we had this little party of this boy who grew up. And we invited everybody to speak in his language their wishes. And they said, my goodness, in this neighborhood there is community. And they all know about making green roofs, collecting the water, how to make the city in a way that we are very careful with the water. So I'm really happy. That's all I can say. I'm really share all the joy happily with you all. My message is actually, if you have a dream and you don't know how to realize it, just keep it and do very little things and something will happen. I've spoken.
Thank you. Thank you. One moment. Thank you, Katarina. It's so important to make small steps in your own community to create a better world. Start with the small things, and that's what you really showed in your community, in your neighborhood. Thank you for sharing.
Yep.
I also see. Okay, I see a beautiful grandmother. I don't see her name. Galaxy Note. Would you like to share? I will unmute you. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Can you see me? I don't see anybody.
Yeah, we see you, we hear
anyway,
you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I am, when I go on my computer, my name comes up, but I'm on my phone this morning. And I am Iyatahira, Eldest Iyatahira from St. Croix, Virgin Islands. I am I'm a descendant of enslaved African people. I was born and raised in Mississippi, Pocahontas, Mississippi, in the southern part of the United States. My family was sharecroppers. And so I grew up there, and I left home, and I became part of the civil rights movement in the 60s and 70s, and raised a family and all of that good stuff. So all of my children are grown up. I have 13 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren right now. And I traveled, been in many communities and have maintained my activism wherever I was, and created programs for women, and most of my work has been with women and young girls, and women's rite of passage through menopause, and young adult women's rites of passage, and vision quest. Those are some of the things I've done. Initiated in the African cosmology of Ifa, which is a Yoruba people's practices. People that say Yoruba, but which is another West African cosmology from the Daga people. The memory is reconnection with the ancestors and dealing with ancestral trauma. So in 2012 or 2014, I was guided to call for a council of elders here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. So right now I am the core founder and of the St. Croix Council of Elders. And also I work in conjunction with another elder community in the East Coast area of Vermont. That's in the East Coast. So basically that's where I am right now, is I continuously holding that sacred space and being able to hear the voices that are coming through now. But in terms of how we recalibrate or calibrate the energy that's on the planet, whether it's dealing with dismantling systemic racism, or whether it's building more community global relationships, because it seemed to me all of that is being called right now to the forefront. So the question is, how do I stand at the edge of time? And at the edge of time, it says that you stand with the young, because it's the young and the elders who weave a web back in place. That's my medicine. That's my guidance. So it's like, if we can stay open to hear the message, if we can begin to have relationships through communication, through conversation, telling our story, our personal story, our personal journey that got us here, the personal journey that all of it got us here. Because we all was a part of it, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. We all was part of coming to this place. Conscious or unconscious, we all came here. And so the whole thing is that there was those of us who had some semblance of memory that we had to reach back into that ancestral pool and connect to that individuality in order to help balance what's on the planet. And that's what I feel that the grandmothers or the elders are being called to do right now, is to remember the ancient ways that we served in community to keep our communities balanced. How do we use the medicine to keep our communities balanced? So it calls us to remember and recall the ways that we was in relationship, and be able to join with that generation that's meeting us at the edge of this crossroad, because they're meeting us there. So what my question is to myself, what have I contributed to the world that would make it sustainable? And what do I need to continue to contribute to the world so it will be sustainable? Not only sustainable, how will it heal the 7 generations behind me? And how will it heal, project a future for the 7 generations in front of me? So that's where I stand in that crossroad, in those questions, and looking at, am I in place? Am I doing what I need to do to hold that web, or to hold that that container, so we could easily make this transition. So I thank you. You may have to unmute me, so I can't even see my.
Okay, yeah, I will. Thank you.
Can you tell us your name again?
Oh, one moment.
Tahira, you hear me?
Grandmother, can
Can
you
you
share
hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
So you want to know my name again? My name is Tahira Abubakar. My community relates to me as Iya. I-Y-A. Iya.
Iya. So we can call you grandmother Iya. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this beautiful words of how important it is for grandmothers and to stand up and to remember and to hold space for the younger generation as well. To see the young ones who really needs our support and our and the wisdom of the indigenous way as well. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I see Connie. Connie Baxter, you want to share something?
Sure, thank you very much. I am Connie Baxter Marlowe. I'm calling in from Colorado in the United States. And I really honor Grandmother Iya's words and resonate with them and feel they're so important, what she said and how she has said it. So thank you, Grandmother, for sharing that. And I'm also a grandmother. I'm 73 years old. I have one grandchild. I come from New England in the United States. My ancestors came here on the Mayflower in 1620. This is 2020. It's the 400th anniversary of our people coming here to this land and the beginning of 54 years of peace and friendship with the Native Americans in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and a wonderful intercultural coming together and synthesis that I believe gave birth to the American mind and spirit and democracy. That's a lot of the work I do. I've spent extensive time with visionary Native American elders and other elders from around the world, indigenous elders. And it's my understanding that what's next in the evolution of consciousness is we're going to come to understand what the indigenous peoples know about the nature of the universe. I feel we are stuck in a little box of the current prevailing paradigm that's leaving now. The scientific paradigm, the reductionist paradigm, and new physics are showing us what the indigenous peoples have known all this time. And so it's wonderful to be in contact with European indigenous grandmothers, to see some blonde hair and blue eyes and some wisdom coming from Europe. And my ancestry comes from the British Isles. But it's just a treat to be here, taking humanity to the next level with our hearts and spirits and connecting throughout the world. Here on the connection field, all the indigenous people that have come through Brother Phil Lane and the Four Worlds to come into this connection field. And so it's just a real treat to be here and to meet all you folks from Europe, all you grandmothers from Europe. I know very well the grandmothers, the 13 Indigenous grandmothers I've known through the years. And it was great to hear, I think it was Yoke report. Did you go to the retreat they had, Yoke? I just looked up, they just had a retreat. Was that where you were in touch with them? Or I just wondered how you...
The last time was the Summit of the Rose. Last weekend, they were on Zoom, and they shared their message for this time. And I met them in the Netherlands in 2012 and 2015. We organized a congress with them. They came to the Netherlands, and I visited them in several other conferences. They were in Germany and Swiss. So that's where I meet them. And the last meeting in America, when they closed their council round, I was also there.
In Sedona?
Yes.
Yeah, I lived in Sedona for a long time and hosted them in Sedona. But it's wonderful to hear their message, and thank you for bringing that forth. And so I'll close now, but I just want to say what a treat it is to be here and to be with fellow grandmothers and all of you, and in this heart and spirit of the going forward and accessing higher frequencies where I believe the laws are expanded. There's a whole nother ball game in a higher frequency. As we open our hearts and we cleanse of fear, we're going to access powers and a universe that we've never experienced before, but we have to be cleansed of fear before we can actually access the true human potential and power that we have in the universe to serve the entire universe with the love in our hearts. So it's an incredible process, and it's really great that the pandemic has flipped us into this higher process at a sort of breakneck speed at this point on Zoom with heart to heart and face to face. So anyway, thank you. Also, I've written a book called The Trust Frequency, 10 Assumptions for a New Paradigm, which it brings indigenous cosmology and quantum science together so that we can walk in total trust of a conscious, loving, abundant universe. And so that's that for now. Thank you for asking me to share.
Thank you, Connie, for your sharing hearts with the Grandmothers of Europe. I missed the fire today. Normally Julie is always here with the fire, but she could not make it today. We always go back to the fire. Last week we had 2 fires. Constantia had a fire as well. So we share it a little bit over these 2 weeks. I want to check in with Brittany. How are you at this moment? Can you speak? Can you share?
Let me give her my my headpiece, and then she can share what she wants to share. Let me do this. She's sitting next to me. Brittany,
thank you, Constantia.
You're being asked to share. Are you ready to share? You can use my headsets. No, you can speak through it. Hold on, and thank everyone for your patience with all of high tech things here. It's amazing. Here we go. So with this one is also not so great. So read. Holding.
Yeah.
And you can see. You can see this one. Share this one. I'll come out. You go in.
Okay.
Now ask ask if they can hear you. And then hold this.
Hmm?
Hold this pretty close to you.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hello?
Hello, Brittany.
You can hear me?
We can hear you very clear. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I have a poem. It's called Doors Like Windows. Okay.
Did you write it?
Huh?
Did you write it?
I have some of it on here.
Where do you want to read it?
Here.
Okay.
This door closes like it's a window and opens like it's a door. A journey that seems so far away, yet it seems so close. Time spins and air gets thicker, but blood is thicker than that. A door is just like a window is just a window. Like words are just words, but yet it's how you embrace those words, how you welcome them, how you either dislike them or love them. Words can be painful, but what is pain without the sword on the other end? What are tears without a drop of water? What is it but life and your body speaking back, talking back, telling you I am here and awaken, not weak or broken, just here to stand, to wait, to understand you, to love you, to give, to not take, but just here. A door is a door and a window is a window, but a person is so much more than that. Although it all may seem as if it makes no sense at all, a door can be many things. It can be broken, yet it can be fixed. A heart can be broken, yet it can be fixed. Same as a window. The only big difference is the door and a window have no feelings like a person. A person who sees all the differences in the world and within themselves, and without even thinking about it, won't change. Won't change themselves for anyone. To love yourself endlessly is a dream worth living, every single breath you take. It's worth believing in and knowing tomorrow will be better, without worrying or doubting it won't be. A door may as well just be a door, and a window may just be as it is. But to be yourself is more than enough. It's the greatest magic in the world. And that is the end of my poem.
Talk about your dream.
My dream is to have my own poetry book. And I really like writing poetry. I've been writing poetry since I was 10. And my name is Brittany. My tribal name is Walking Dove. I'm the daughter of Chief Stone Coyote. That's my dad. And I'm with the Yamasee tribe. And I am I'm 22. And my message for today was to share that poem and hope that it really lifts everyone's spirit and that they can see the wisdom behind it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brittany. Such a beautiful words and such a wisdom already. Wow. Really.
Thank you.
So can you share the poem with us by chat or by anything so we can spread it or?
Yes, I can send it to Constancia and she can send it to you guys.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, because these are beautiful words. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
Wow. So nice. Thank you. I would like to check in with Lies. Are you there? Because we can't see you. Grandmother Lies.
Yes. There's something with my internet again. I'm sorry. So, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you good. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. First of all, I I want to say how welcome I feel again. And I'm also very, very thankful that a young woman, 22 years old, is joining us tonight, because this is what we are working for. We have to let in the young people more and more and try to support us as elders.
Your connection is not so very well, Lies, grandmother Lies. We cannot hear you. Maybe you should. Maybe it's we.
Yeah,
we
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm on my iPad now because today I had many problems with the internet.
Okay.
And I was hoping with my iPad to do better. But I would like to share this. It's about what happened today, and actually each time when we are going to meet, it's a little bit of a celebration to me. I'm so happy that we can be in this international connection field. So therefore I'm always very looking forward to meet you all, and I'm very grateful for this. My name is Pauline Elizabeth and Vol. It's a German family name, and in daily life my name is Lies. So I use both, Pauline, Lies. I was born in Indonesia, and in 1957 we immigrated to the Netherlands. And I have some European roots, German roots, and probably also some Frisian. So for this moment, I think it's enough about my background. When I want to share something about my day today, I got up very early because it was very hot, and I was hoping that it would be a little bit humid, a little bit wetter, and that the rain would come. And I was drinking my tea and having my little breakfast in the garden, and it was so quiet in my neighborhood, and I was getting still in my heart, and I was thinking, as a member of the grandmother of the lower lands, we always take in our mission and vision that we want to restore the connection with nature. And I was sitting there, and then I said to myself, well, Lies, this is such a beautiful morning. What's your connection today with nature? And I didn't have to wait long for the answer, because the answer was given to all the beautiful birds in my beautiful big apple tree. And a few months ago, we had this little birdhouse in our garden, and a little bird family started having their nest over there, and they became part of our family. And we were always so wondering and so excited when they were going in and feeding the little birds, and every day we came to listen to this birdhouse. But we didn't see them flying out, and we got worried because, we really got connected to this little family. And last week we saw little 4 birds, and they were, I think it calls in English, great tits. They are happy birds. And the message they were bringing to me this morning, be joyful, be grateful, and try to remember that you are within your motherhood. And I really got touched in my heart, and I thought, this is the greatest gift Mother Earth is giving to me today. And walking on her and be so gifted, and to get more strength from her, that makes me a very happy person. And I would like to show my gratitude um, to all of you and to all the beautiful stories, because this is also a mission from the grandmothers, trying to restore the connection with Mother Earth and nature, because we are nature and we are related with the whole family, the bird family, the stone family, the star family. I don't have to repeat it to all of you. You know exactly what I am talking about. And there was one little thing which what also came, what the birds explained to me. Within your motherhood, which you got as a from Mother Earth, you have to bite to the, what we say in our language, to our apple this evening. And we have to bite through this sour apple, because we are in a year of transformation, and it's not going to stop. And as not going on for the mission we are going to send out to the world. Sometimes it's going to be a harsh moment, and there will be a lot of resistance, but we have to keep believing in our heart's mission. And what I just read this morning, I started reading a book after I had this beautiful connection with Mother Earth, and I started reading again in the book of Marshall Rosenberg about nonviolent communication. And this is what our authorities and institutions have to do, and try to understand the needs of all the young people who stand up and who are still bearing the pain of their ancestors, because their ancestors were in slavery. And that's another mission we have to take out to the world, another way of using our new language, which is open, and that you can feel and hear and listen to the needs of somebody. And it's, yeah, that's what I want to tell you. And I'm so grateful to be part of this council. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be in next week, because then I have some other plans, but I will be there very soon after some time. And yeah, thank you that I could have shared it with you. And yeah, I have spoken. Thank you.
Thank you, Grandmother Lies, Paulina Lies. It feels like it feels like we. It's so beautiful. Last week we had the we coming in instead of the I. It was the we. We went to we. Thank you for sharing, Grandmother Paulina Lies. And I see Chief Brother Rashid Stone is in the call. Would you like to share? Thank you. Welcome. Oh, yes, I think you're unmuted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Right. Shonabi Siti Mukala, Intanava Puli, Wachi, Tati, Ja'ai relations, and good blessings. I just announced rising of the morning and blessings to the mother, to the father, brothers and sisters, one family, one nation, one heart, one spirit. My name is Rashid Stone Coyote Patton. My birth mother is Betty Patton. My father is Alvin Alonzo Sims. My additional extended mother is clan mother Michelle Figueroa. I am of the ancient Aboriginal tribe of Yamasee. Yamasee is the parent mother tribe of the Lower Creek. ancient Catawba Isa, Chata, Muskogee, and Seminole. I'd like to share just a small version story of untalked about stories as my elders have shared throughout the times and before colonial times. Yamasee indigenous people were of what we call a dark hue or similar features to our cousins and relations of the African continent, and therefore Yamasee is an old mother tribe that was that basically was part of the Omax, which we would say another name is Musco, Muspa. And as you connect all the names, you see where Yamasee and Seminole and all the names combined together as we were moving around within the Californias. Well, in the southern plain of the South and Mississippi, Florida, Oklahoma, all the different areas that we've been in such a long time, we share the stories of ancient connections of truth that we were at some point throughout time we were basically pushed into a place of not existing, within the Indian dolls roles and the different things, because the plan was to erase us. And it happened around 2008 where we started to reappear because we knew that we can reclassify and speak on our truths and share our stories and be able to really give a message of truth back to the people and to the public. And it took some years, but at least we knew that we still existed in the 500 Nations book. But we knew that even outside of us, that there were many amalgamated tribes that have been just disassembled and their stories have been erased. So we were able to bring ourselves into the school books and start teaching the Hichita language and start to share our history, because our ancestors, even if they had migrated and they were in churches, any areas that we could come together, we still continue to teach the stories that we've been here in the Americas for a very, very, very long time, very, very ancient time. And it's just been a beautiful experience. Just recently for me, some of my elders out of Dallas and my elder chiefs have shared information, and cousins shared the stories of the Dallas and Austin area, and found out even more facts and history on our family as old Creeks and old Choctaws, my great-great-grandparents and great-great-uncles and aunties. And when it comes to genealogy, there's the real proof in the pudding. It's not really the blood. It's really the proof through the genealogy history, because those records indicate the real facts, even when you get into the colonial files and find out what people were reclassified from. So these are the things that we've done. And at this point, we are also in the Neenah, California area, close to Magic Mountain, around 45 minutes away. But our confederation of our nation is South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Atlanta, Wisconsin, and also New Mexico, with the another collective of indigenous people that was considered to be erased, which is still existing, and there's thousands of them. And it's just been a wonderful experience as the family have all come together, being part of Morning Star, and with my beloved mother, clan mother, Michelle Figueroa, and Divine Spirit. I'm giving honor to all of our walk as one family indigenous to the whole planet, as we are all indigenous from somewhere, connecting the roots and combining the truth, as we do our service and our work on the earth and honoring Mother Earth, and our children to see the next 7 generations and beyond elevate as one people to honor our work and service to this great planet, and to keep rising to erase the illusion and the pain and the suffering that have been created among people. So together, I say we continue to stand, we continue to walk and put the seed into Mother Earth. And as the seed prospers and grows, we share that fruit, we share that herb, so we create healing. And heal the mind, heal the soul, heal the spirit. My name is Rashid Stone Coyote. I am honored to speak among you, wonderful, beloved women, and to hear the word of my daughter. And may we continue to rise in love, peace, and harmony, and get back to the spirit of the dance, one dance, the heart dance. Rashid.
Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful sharing, Brother Rashid Stone. Is anybody wants to share something who hasn't been shared yet?
I wanted to share something with Rashid. Rashid, I was like, he might be my relative.
Yes, ma'am.
My grandmother lived to be 108 years old. And all we had was that she was somehow Seminole Indian. She knew her father, but she couldn't give us whole piece all of it together. So my thing was, as one who carries the ancestral story and the remembrance and bringing that back, weaving it back in place, and knowing that I have many pieces because I inherited Native American, Indian people and ancestry. I have Caucasian ancestry, and I have African ancestry. So what I do, I look at all of them contributing to my own individual world, and how, because to me, life has meaning. It doesn't, nothing don't just happen to you. If we look at the soul journey is not what we configure in the physicality. The soul has its own way of learning who it is and what it came to the planet to do.
Yes, indeed. Good bless. And I am pretty sure that we are connected in family. You know,
Yeah.
the root of the truth has, you know, brought us out to combine this connection and love. And I am so honored to know that, you know, it's the ancestors that's opening the gate and behind the scenes and simply using their wings to pull us together and see that we are connected in a global consciousness of one people. So I honor you, beloved grandmother, and to share, and I'm pretty sure we are family, you know, and this is just another beautiful gift, and I'm just so honored and thankful to know that we're finally on our way. Thank you.
Yes, I too.
Beautiful.
Thank you so very much.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I would like to let the young people have space to speak as well. I see Elizabeth. Would you like to share? Because grandmothers would like to speak up, that the younger ones speak up.
I'm glad you're calling me young. That's
you look young.
I would love to speak. My name is Elizabeth. I guess I've been looking for you all for some time and I didn't know. I'm quite overwhelmed and emotional, but this is the place for that true, genuine feeling from the heart. You've all spoken the words that are in my heart. I was very afraid to come in today. I didn't expect to even be here. I wanted to watch and kind of sit at the sidelines, but I've been doing that for far too long. You've all encouraged me to come out of hiding and to come out of the fear, because we're being called to do so, and we have something very powerful to offer, and I've really been empowered by you all
more than I ever have in my entire life this past week or two that I've come to meet all of you. I would like to sing. It's something I have a great fear about. I feel it's what I have to offer. And again, this feels like a safe place to be who I am, even if I'm shaken like a leaf. It's real. So this is for the grandmothers that exists and the ones whose footsteps we are following in. And I also have a little girl who's 6, and she will follow in the way as well. I just have to leave the options open for her and let her see where her heart leads her. I'll close out with a song. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Oh, show me the way. Oh, family, let's go down, don't you wanna come down? Oh, family, let's go down in the river to pray. Thank you all for having me and making me feel so very welcome. Love to you all.
Wow, thank you very much for this sharing song. So beautiful, it really touched my heart. I'm just still. I see now it's past 8 o'clock, and we have sharing circle for 1 hour. So we wanted always to finish at 8. Is there anyone who really wants to share something now?
Yes, I would love.
Oh, Linda, you
jump in. This past hour, there's more beautiful youth showing up here. I'm looking at gallery view. I just have to take a breath and invite us all to take a breath with the courage. We've talked about the only way to move into the new world of love is to let go of our fear. And Elizabeth, your song, your voice, your courage has so touched me. So beautiful. And the words of sisters, brothers, family, let's come together. It was so perfect for today. And it just brings to the forefront the connection that's happening around the world. I think Brother Rashid was talking about that. This web that I can look at this screen here and every day from the connection field, but particularly on Sundays here with the European grandmothers, I feel more woven in to my place as human on the planet. And what a gift everyone has brought. Brittany's poetry, the songs, the wisdom, the connection. I'm absolutely in awe and pure joy. And my cup runneth over. There's so much love. And I'm speaking for myself, but I'm speaking for the good of the whole. And I'm just so grateful that we're all in this web, weaving it more beautifully together. And as Connie said, because of that, our vibration is changing and we're shifting to a higher level of being human. So I'm just overwhelmed and happy, and I don't feel we're going too far over time since there's no one in the connection field right behind us, but I will turn this back over to Miriam, and I just thank you all.
May I speak? May I speak?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Constantia, speak.
It's going to get even better. Our beautiful Tia grandmother Helen Samuels is requesting to come into circle right now. She's coming off of another circle. Is she allowed to come in?
Yes, of course.
Do we still have time? I want to honor this space and time. Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, let me tell her. Hold it.
Maybe we can say goodbye to the people who want to leave, and then keep the room open.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave because my family is sitting for dinner waiting for me, and I'm so happy I could be with you a whole hour without speaking, which is a great privilege, just to listen. Listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Karin. Thank you.
We love you. We love you, Karin. Thank you. I love you. Enjoy the family.
So I can still stay for like half an hour. Constantia, grandmother Helen Samuel wanted to come in. I see her. I see her up here. She's just arriving from another call. Hello, grandmother Helen Samuel.
Hi, I'm so late because I was with the Toltec event, Toltec Zoom. Sorry. Here I am with Joy.
Welcome. So nice you still are could make it in the call.
Yes, great, thank you.
So we have just been sharing stories for about an hour, and we were just about to close. But Constantia was saying that you were coming in, so let me see who has not been spoken yet. I would say welcome, Helen. Do you have anything to share, or would you like to listen first?
I could share it, and just because I just came off of a very special Zoom, and I'm so grateful that we're all connecting in these ways, you know, like in different little groups, and then the groups are connecting with other groups, you know what I mean? Because this is how we're weaving the web of the new world, of the new peoples, you know, and the grandmothers, all of us are doing very good work in all of this, and I'm really thrilled. I was just I've been working in Mexico. I've been working with indigenous nations for 30 years, shall we say, opening up opportunities for them that they couldn't have in their own worlds. You know, like when the Mayans wanted to do the major celebration of cleaning up their temples before the end of their calendar, they weren't allowed to do their prayers inside of the Mayan temples because it was tourism is the greatest, second greatest income of the country. So they didn't want a bunch of Mayans running around there disturbing that, you know. So I hear people talk about white privilege, and I use my white privilege to do things that other people can't do, and I can open up for them. You know, like it's really sad that that exists at all. It's pathetic, but it's a great tool that I can manage to talk to the government and say, look, you know, we want to make a film of the Mayans, and it's the real Mayans. They'll let me do that. But then I just made a script, and we didn't. It was not a movie for real. It was because I got permits to get in to do that. That happening caused that they had such a great celebration that they on their own had the power, after being with all of their pyramids and opening them up and lightening them up and cleaning them up, they had the power to achieve that on their own later. So that's the kind of things I've been doing. And the Toltecs they gave me a Toltec grandmother name or whatever, but I'm so happy because I haven't explored my real ancestry, which is 70% Irish, and I've got everything. So I'm so happy to be in this circle so I can learn more about my own world, because I was a child that was raised way outside of my European world. So I'm going to stop talking about what I'm doing, and I want to hear about all of you, because I want to just bathe in my own ancestry. So I've spoken, and I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you. Thank you, Grandmother Helen Samuel. I see that Robin hasn't shared yet. Would you like to share?
I'm here, present, grandmother from the islands of Hawaii as well as the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. This day has been quite magical, actually. I think the connections that we have with everybody, near and far, is stirring up a lot of the fulfilling of our prophecies. And I'm grateful that I'm here to witness it all. I'm grateful that it's intergenerational now. It's not just one generation having to encourage the other and having to filter through the excuses of why they couldn't before. I see a lot of people speaking about the liberation from fear, the liberation of their own self-made prisons of their own mind. And for me, that thrills me to see that we're doing our own self-transformation, because that's what's required. It's none of our business who does what hasn't been taking place. It's already been done, and humanity is the only one that needs to catch up. And I'm grateful for that too. I'm grateful for the sacred knowledge that's passed down to us from generation to generation in our own language. I'm grateful I speak both my Hawaiian language, Lakota language, and Hebrew language. It is the original blueprint for humanity to become aligned with it, to balance the masculine and feminine energy, and stay centered, rooted and grounded, with a real perspective of who we are in the grand scheme of things. Because we're not the top dog, or the other celestial beings have been waiting for humanity to catch up, and finally we're waking up and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So right now I'm really in awe that I'm alive at this time, in this reality, this time and space, to see the fulfillment of prophecies that have been foretold for a long time. And watching the youth stand up and head the coalitions for Black Lives Matter and environmental issues. Yeah, it's all seventh generation prophecies being fulfilled. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin, for sharing. So beautiful. I've seen I saw Ida, but she is left, I think.
Grandmother Miriam, we haven't heard yet from Kate.
Kate.
Everyone has spoken.
Ah, thank you. Kate, you're so beautiful, always there.
And truly, I don't know that I can improve much on the silence. There's been such wonderful words spoken. And to see these young people, I really believe that my name is Kathy Roberts. I'm here in Western South Dakota. I never brought any children into this world, but I think I've been saving my Pitocin for this time, that we can birth this new humanity. And so I'm so grateful to hear the wisdom of the elders being transferred to the younger. And I was heard speaking of coming of age ceremonies, of how that's so missing. Or it was missing in my culture. There was never any defining moments of coming of age. I have a little poem here that I'll share that feels appropriate. I am, I said. I am, I said, the poet within, pouring out all that is me on tiny scraps of paper. I am, I said, my elusive art, painter of my soul. I am, I said, real. I am, I said, surreal. I am my own best friend and my own worst enemy. I am your friend, your lover, a dragonfly with iridescent wings, teasing you with wind-tipped kisses, not allowing you to capture me. I am, I said, me. I am, I said, you. Is anyone listening? Does it really matter? I am, I said.
Thank you. Thank you, Kate. Beautiful, beautiful words. I would like to ask to Grandmother van Vermont, what do you need to stay to get in contact with Brother Rashid?
Yes, I can send my number.
For a last word, I would ask Grandmother Yoka to give a last word of this circle. It's now almost 8:30, and we're in Europe in the evening, so we're about to close now.
Well, then I want to thank everyone being here in this circle, and I want to end with a song from the grandmothers and say goodbye and wish you all the goods. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We gather together to celebrate life. We gather together to celebrate love. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. Thank you all.
Thank you, Grandmother Yoka, for this beautiful last song. And next week we will be here in an open space. Next Sunday, it's 1 o'clock at American time. I think it's 7 o'clock European time. And we all walk on with a new way to walk on this earth. I'm so happy for this evening. I still have to get used to the time differences because for you it's morning and here it's evening. So I would like to say goodbye to everyone. Maybe we can sort of unmute and say one message we want to share with each other, but just one word. So I see how I can unmute you all.
Compassion.
All.
United.
One love.
Heartfulness.
One human family.
One wisdom.
Connection.
Possibilities.
Gratitude.
Community.
Love.
There's also, I think,
Liefde.
Spiritual connection.
Diepe liefde. Familie.
Ja.
Familie. One family. Één familie. We zijn allemaal één familie.
Thank you all. And thank you, Linda, for putting this whole connection field. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all. Thank you, Katarina.
Stop
Thank
the
you,
recording.
Brittany, for your beautiful poem.
Yes.
Wendy and Kay.
Thank you,
Grandmother Helen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Elizabeth, thank you for your song.
Bye-bye.
There's, I don't know, there's just two things running at once.
Everyone's still there. Nobody's leaving. Nobody wants to leave. Everyone's still there. I get it.
But Miriam, you might want to stop the recording.
I don't know how to pause Zoom.
Okay, I'm leaving. Goodbye. See y'all in
Thank
a
you,
week.
lieve. Thank you, Miriam, for an amazing facilitation.
This,
Thank you,
It was
Miriam.
such an honor.
Amazing.
Thank you
this is
all.
all Zoom, but this
Thank
is
you,
the
Miriam.
this main
Thank you,
speaker.
Miriam.
Thank you,
I mean,
Miriam.
this is over anyway.
Thank you, Miriam. Don't
I'm
forget,
sorry,
don't forget to stop your recording.
You guys are funny.
It's
I
all
just
still
swear we was
recording.
all in the living room together.
It's all good.
In the background?
I hear
Let's
multiple girls and then
So there's 8
Well,
people still
they're
there.
all kind of yakking together, but there's another.
Sounds Doing live.
Oh my gosh, there's so many bugs
Yeah.
crawling.
We've got to humble ourselves in the name
Stop
of
the
our
recording
grandmother.
and
We've got
and
to
it'll
bend
show up.
down low. Got to humble
I think when you close the meeting.
ourselves in the name of our grandmothers. We've got to know what they know. We can raise each other up. Higher and higher we can raise each other up. Woo-hoo!